families who were victimized yet again because of public school personnel who did not do the job that they were required to do under the law.
The Vin Johnson law firm announcing a civil lawsuit against the Huron Valley School District, alleging elementary-aged school children were sexually assaulted by Timothy Daugherty, who was a substitute teacher at Spring Mills Elementary.
Sadly allowed to continue teaching despite multiple reports of his conduct there at the Huron Valley School District, in particular Spring Mills Elementary School, in conjunction with he actually worked for, called EduStaff LLC.
Attorneys believe the school district was negligent when multiple district employees failed to report suspected child abuse.
Public school personnel who did not do the job that they were required to do under the law.
The lawsuit alleges the substitute teacher was allowed to stay at the school despite a prior criminal charge.
EduStaff in particular knew about Hannah's criminal prosecution of Daugherty. How did Spring Hill not know?
Hannah, who is now 20 years old, was allegedly victimized by Daugherty as a child when she was at his home, spending time with one of his children. She is now part of the current lawsuit and told reporters why she came forward.
The bravery of the little girls really made me want to be brave too.
Daugherty was charged in October 2024 after multiple students accused him of inappropriate contact. Documents indicate the alleged victims at Spring Mills were between 9 and 11 years old when the crimes took place.
Daugherty, as many of you know from the criminal case, was convicted on a total of 6 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the 2nd degree.
Fox 2 reached out to the school district for an on-camera interview about this lawsuit, but a statement was sent instead. The statement reads in part, Huron Valley Schools wants to assure the parents and families in our district that we remain fully committed to the well-being of every student in our care. Due to ongoing litigation, we are unable to comment further on this matter at this time. Fox 2 also reached out to EduStaff, but the wait for a response continues. The Vin Johnson law firm says it won't back down.
The families are here to demand full accountability and full and complete justice.
In Highland Township, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Death of a young boy inside a hyperbaric chamber. His family is filing a $100 million lawsuit to hold those responsible accountable. 5-year-old Thomas Cooper was receiving treatment at the Oxford Center in Troy when the chamber burst into flames, killing him and hurting his mom when she tried to get him out. Feiger Law filed the negligent lawsuit against the center, manufacturer, and 4 medical professionals charged in criminal court.
Safety first should have been the mindset of this company and every single person that we've put onto this lawsuit. And you know what? Not only was safety last, it was a negative. It wasn't even a consideration. It wasn't even on the menu.
Harrington also says he thinks the Attorney General could look at criminal charges for the manufacturer of the chamber. Taryn will have a one-on-one interview with that attorney, Harrington, coming up.
Well, a 12-year-old girl left traumatized after police say she was assaulted by a man at a park. Fox 2's Camille Amiri is live now in Southfield with what else we've learned about this. Camille.
Yeah, this is a really scary story. We're going to tell you all about it. But first, I want you to take a look at the body cam video of the arrest of the suspect. Take a look.
All right, man, go ahead, turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back, palms together, and lock your fingers for me, okay? Like you're praying. Like you're praying. That's good enough. So you're under arrest at this point, okay? We'll go over your charges here in a second. I've seen the car.
That suspect, 20-year-old D'Angelo Steele, police say that he met a girl, a 12-year-old girl, on Wednesday. It was around 9:40 at a park here in Southfield at Lawser and 12 Mile. Police say that he approached the girl and asked her if he could use her cell phone and then took her phone and then started to walk away. Well, as anyone would do, she started chasing after him. And here's what happened next. But before you listen, I want to warn you that what you're about to hear is pretty graphic. Take a listen.
He pushed the victim away and ripped her shirt. During the physical altercation, the suspect told the victim that she would have to perform a sex act in order to get her phone back. The victim further stated that the suspect tried pulling down her pants and tugging at her waistband. The victim also stated that the suspect touched her buttocks as well.
Now, the victim was able to get away, but obviously very traumatic situation. Police believe that there may be other suspects out there, other victims out there, so they want to hear from you if any of this sounds familiar. And a word to the wise, they didn't know each other. They both live in the area near this park. Police say that anytime anyone ever asks to use your phone or to call someone, just get away from them as soon as possible. If it's an emergency situation, they can call for you, but don't ever let anybody take your phone or hold your phone or even stand near you if you're going to make a phone call for them. I've been in that situation before. It can be very scary, but this girl, she did the right thing. She got away, but still very, very scary. Reporting live in Southfield, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
And a reminder, 12-year-old alone in the park at night, that's not a good idea either. So really something to keep in mind. Yeah. Buddy system would be good too.
Yeah, that too. At 9:40 at night, this time of year, it's dark out. It's also a school night, so that's something else to consider and keep in mind. Obviously, not a lot of lights in the park where people are normally in daylight hours. This 20-year-old, not at all surprised when he was arrested. You saw him in the video, that arrest video. He just very calmly, collectively went with the police. So
well, we're glad she's okay, though. That's the main point, and he's under arrest. So
yes.
Thanks, Camille.
Absolutely.
I'm meteorologist Rick Sluderman. We did see some spotty showers today. In fact, there are some more showers out there, especially down in northern Ohio. You can see a few showers up there north of M59, also around Kalamazoo. It has been on the mild side, and with dew points in the 60s, it's a little soupy out there. 73 for us, 75 in Saginaw. How about Chicago right now? 81 degrees. For the rest of tonight, spotty showers. In other words, most of the time it will not be raining moving forward in the forecast, but this unsettled pattern is going to stick around for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We certainly need some rain, and we have chances over the next few days. Weekend ahead looks dry and pleasant. We'll show you that full 7-day coming up in 10. Roop Taryn, back to you.
All right, thanks for that. Now to this story, frontrunner in Detroit's mayoral race facing some tough scrutiny over whether she received free concert tickets.
Fox 2 has just learned the city's ethics board will investigate whether council president Mary Sheffield did anything wrong. And Brandon Hudson here now to break this down for us. What happened and explain it all.
So this happens, we're a few weeks away from Detroit's mayoral election, so we'll see how this plays out in the election process. But I just got off the phone with the spokesperson for the Detroit Ethics Board. We asked for an interview. They declined. However, she said the board's chair and vice chair will review Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield's connection to these free concert tickets. The Free Press columnist who wrote this, he says that given the city's history with corruption, this is really all about transparency.
Shout out to Mary Sheffield. Congratulations already.
A recent post on Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield's Instagram shows a shout out from hip hop artist Jeezy during a performance in Detroit last week. On Monday, Fox 2 learned the Detroit Ethics Board will investigate the mayoral candidate for receiving tickets to that same concert. Free Press investigative journalist ML Elric wrote the article.
When I reached out to the campaign to get their take on this, I wanted to know, first of all, did the councilwoman ask for the tickets? She did. Did she take the tickets? She did. Did she use the tickets? They said she did not. But they said that this isn't the first time somebody's offered her tickets. And I said, well, has she taken tickets before? They wouldn't answer. I said, who did she give the tickets to? They wouldn't answer.
In a statement, Sheffield's spokesperson said the council president didn't violate any ordinance and added, quote, "It's unfortunate that our opponent and his campaign continue to supply columnists with frivolous information in an attempt to influence the outcome of this election." The Sheffield camp says they're now focused on getting more endorsements, including a major one from former opponent and current city council member Fred Durhall. Her mayoral opponent, Reverend Solomon Kinlock, released his own response, saying in part, Detroiters still carry the scars of systemic corruption, that the culture of corruption bankrupted our city and destroyed public trust. Watching leaders trade their public office for personal perks, Detroit cannot go back. We looked up Detroit's Code of Ethics ordinance on gifts, which says, quote, a public servant shall not accept gifts, gratuities, honoria, or other things of value from any person or company doing business or seeking to do business with the city. Fox 2 legal analyst Charlie Langton.
Just because the building, Comerica Bank, happens to be in Detroit, I don't think that precludes the powers that be from giving her a couple of concert tickets. I don't think concert tickets are going to raise the ethical question of Mary Sheffield and the violation of the ethics policy. I'd be shocked if there would be a real investigation.
The Detroit Ethics Board will meet October 15th. In Solomon Kinlock's statement, he did compare Sheffield's actions to former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick. So I asked him, Elric, is that a fair comparison? He said this isn't the same as what Kilpatrick is convicted of.
I mean, are these late game election tactics, whatever you can do to grab your candidate down, or is this something that you think will play out, that you're hearing that might have some real impact down the road?
Look, we were talking to Charlie, talking to ML. I don't know if this will really have a major impact considering Mary's lead, what we saw in the primary, and that it continues. And then I asked ML, I said, hey, look, is it a possibility that this may interfere with the election that's coming up? He said, look, this is probably going to happen if they do investigate this, and that's a big if at this point. It may go long after the election is figured out.
And the court of public opinion may or may not have made their decision by that time anyway, so it'll be interesting to watch. We know you will. Thank you, Brandon.
The Fox 2 problem solver is going to work after utility construction leaves a giant hole outside a business on the city's west side. We'll have that story coming up.
Body art has become incredibly popular in recent years. Still ahead, what a new study reveals about how tattoos could protect your skin from melanoma.
And the family of a 5-year-old boy killed in the fire and explosion in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber now suing for $100 million. Attorney James Harrington filed the lawsuit today. He joins me in studio next. waiting to ignite. That's how the family's attorney describing the hyperbaric oxygen chamber that exploded, killing 5-year-old Thomas Cooper last January. He's now filed a $100 million lawsuit against the machine's maker, Seacrest, along with the Oxford Center and its employees who are already facing criminal charges. Now, attorney James Harrington is representing the family, and you have sifted through so much evidence so far, but there is still so much more to come with this. When you see how the blatant disregard from the employees that has come out now, even the preliminary hearing, through their training, through their negligence, first response, how is the family doing when they're hearing
It's so hard, Taryn. I mean, this is a hole that will never be able to be filled. And, you know, with all the work that our team has put together, with everything that we've done, you know, we're working hard to get the family justice, but there's no perfect justice. Because perfect justice in this case was if we win the case, and the jury comes back and says we win, then little Thomas would be able to be playing in the backyard.
Yeah.
And that's just not what we can do.
We knew there were so many things that did happen that led to that day, but did you know just how many things went wrong and the layers of problems and misconduct that led to this until you peel back the layers?
When we were first contacted, we knew that there was something wrong, and we were grateful to be involved. And as things have evolved, and if things have come out to light, it is unbelievable what has happened. We know about the criminal charges. We know about all the problems that the Oxford Center had. And there's going to be more to come, because we're going to eventually get into the research and development and the testing from Seacrest, who's the manufacturer. And these units were devoid of any and all warnings. There were